Hey everybody, this is JJ, and right now what I want to do is talk about what I think is potentially the most overlooked item in an inch bag. Now, an inch bag is an I'm never coming home bag. Now, we could definitely debate about the realistic nature of whether or not somebody's going to go out into the woods and never come home with just one backpack full of stuff. But, you know, the whole point of the inch bag is basically this is a long-term wilderness survival bag. Probably going to be a bigger pack with lots of stuff in it, a lot of tools and all that kind of stuff that you're going to use. And there's a lot of different videos out there on the inch bag, and guys make some really great selections. And I'm not necessarily taking away from anybody on that, but I guess the one thing that I think is the most overlooked item is a slingshot. A lot of kids think of it as a kid's toy and all that kind of stuff, but I'll tell you what, many a survival instructor up at Fairchild carry a slingshot with them, and there have been a lot of rabbits, a lot of squirrels, a lot of grouse, a lot of partridges, a lot of birds, ground squirrels, and all that kind of stuff that have been killed with these things. Now, this is a modernized version. You could make a primitive type, out of deer antler or a fork in a tree or something along those lines, and take surgical tubing and make your own. That's what a lot of guys do up there at survival school. But you could also just go down to Walmart and buy one for 15 bucks. And these wrist rockets like this have a lot of power and they have a lot of accuracy. And the reason I think that they're important for a long-term wilderness survival type situation is if you go into that kind of a setting and you think that you're going to live for a long time, you're going to have to procure food one way or another. And it's either going to be by growing your food or a combination thereof, or hunting for your food. And you're not going to be able to carry enough ammo probably for a lot of long-term hunting. It's going to run out eventually, and you're going to be presented with a lot of opportunities that are targets of opportunity, I should say. And that is where having a slingshot comes in really handy in a long-term wilderness survival situation, because you can just have, a pocket full of rocks as your ammo, and your slingshot, and you walk up across, you see a squirrel that's chattering and it's right there on a branch in front of you, you stop and you pop it, and then you've got dinner for that day. You don't have to worry about that day, and you can go on down the road. This happens more often than you'd think when you spend a lot of time in the woods. And those targets of opportunity are really the way that you're going to have to be able to feed yourself. So you're going to need to have some type of a weapon to be able to take those things out. Now, some people say, well, I'd carry a pellet gun or a BB gun, and that would definitely work as well. That's fine. But again, you still got BBs. The cool thing about a slingshot is you can find ammo anywhere. A creek bed or anything like that, anywhere you can find little pebbles, you've got ammo. You can use acorns for that matter. They also have store-bought type ammunition, and this is just a little leather pouch here that I made that I've got a bunch of different stuff in it. Some of the things that you'll see are these little silver ball bearings you can buy in like Walmart and that kind of thing, and those work really good too. Or the other thing, and this would be good from like a hunting perspective, is the little split shot lead as well, because that's nice and small, you get good penetration, and it's really heavy, so that works really good for hunting. And then they also make those little white marbles that you can use as well, and those work fine. I've taken down rabbits with those, and they'll work. But in a long-term situation, more than likely what you're going to end up with, is just rocks, just like this. So anyhow, just something to think about, and I'll take a couple of shots here. I've got a little target set up. Not sure if you guys can see it. I'll kind of zoom in on it there. And this is basically just trying to simulate a little squirrel. And see that little piece of bark sticking up right there. That's going to be my target. So we'll see if I can hit anything. I'm about, I don't know, 7 or 8 yards back, something like that at this point. Nope. Definitely takes some practice. There we got a hit. A little low. There's another one. Poked a hole right through it. And another. And I'm just using rocks for ammo right now. Not using anything special. Try to find the roundest rock you can. That's pretty close. Boom. Got that one. That wasn't even close. Alright, let me try a couple of these steel ball bearings. Pieces of lead. There we go. I think I hit the tree right before it. Not even close. Got a chunk of that one too. You guys can see, got a few good hits on there. Knocked some of that bark out. So anyway, guys, I guess my main point in this is that as far as an I'm never coming home type scenario, you're definitely going to want to be able to exploit as many opportunities as you can with small game, and a slingshot is a really good way to do that. One thing on buying these, I personally, if I was going to buy this again, I wouldn't buy the red bands. Those are more for kids. This is actually my son's slingshot. It goes in his bug out bag. And that's not necessarily just for hunting, that's also for entertainment. But the yellow bands, I believe, are a little bit stronger, got a little bit more you know, punch to them, so those might be something to consider. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Just something to think about for a very effective tool to put in your bag, whether it be a bug out bag or an inch bag or whatever the case may be, for procuring small game. I can tell you that my time at the survival school, a whole lot more animals were killed with these than were with traps and snares and all that kind of stuff. You know, the wilderness survival community likes to talk a lot about traps and snares and everything. Nothing wrong with them. They can be effective if they're used the right way. I would say that most people probably don't use them the right way, and that's why they're not very effective. However, when you match wits against a small animal, like, you know, with something like this, and you've got a pocket full of rocks, and you know, he's on the run, you know, a lot of times a person is going to come out on top because you're smarter. You can think about better angles, better ways to get in there and get them, and this is a pretty effective tool to do that with. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. How many of you guys owned one of these when you were kids? I mean, seriously, how deadly were you? I know you were pretty deadly, because I was too. Thanks, guys.